Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing some of this pure therapy for the brain. We're creating an 8-grid abstract flower artwork using our gorgeous Kuretake watercolors and the vibrant Sakura Gelly Roll Moonlight pens. So we are using thick cold pressed watercolor paper. It's 320 grams. It handles all the layers that you're going to put on. I've taped the page into 8 sections, and then I'm having a look at the Kuretake paints and I'm just painting my favourite colours, just getting them down as that background colour. Each and every one is completely different to the next. So I'm going to wait for that to dry, and once it's dry I've got a small round brush and we are now going for the stars of the show, our quirky abstract flowers. Forget about realistic botany. We are going to paint some abstract little flowers, some little blobs, some little lines to represent the stems and the leaves, anything that comes into your mind, just simple shapes, get them down onto the page. What works well is if you go opposite colours from your background, and then the colours will pop. Maybe a bright yellow funky tulip shape over a deep blue background, or a fiery orange circle over a soft pink. Just drop the paint down, keep it loose and embrace the quirk. So once I'd done the flowers on this page, I thought, yeah, they're really nice, but I really want to add some more interest. So once I'd finished doing all of these, I decided to grab my flat brush. And I thought maybe a dark colour would look really good. So while our flowers are settling in, let's add a really cool framing element that ties the whole grid together. So with the flat brush, we're going to use the straight crisp edge of the brush to square off the 4 corners of every single grid section. Blocking out the corners, we create these clean little triangle shapes in the margins. It instantly adds this architectural geometric interest to the piece and frames our abstract flowers perfectly. So we're then going to let the whole page dry, because next up we are going to do some doodling. So I bought these pens a few weeks ago and they are divine to use. They do some really lovely lineage work over the top of your paints, and they're really bright and opaque colours. So everything is bone dry, which means it's time for the Gelly Roll Moonlight pens to shine. This is where the real mindfulness kicks in. If you're feeling stressed, just lose yourself in the scratching sound as the pen hits the paper. And we're going to add some details right on top of our flowers. Because these moonlights are so opaque, they sit perfectly on top of the watercolour. You can add lines and put those over your petals, tiny dots in the centre, or funky zigzags, whatever pops into your mind. Once we finish adding the detail onto the flowers, we're going to move on to those little triangle edge shapes. And here I've just added some little dashes with a white gel pen. Then once I'd done that, I really wanted to accentuate that frame kind of look. So I had some lines, some little dots just around that flower, and it really frames it really beautifully. So I love doodling. It's one of those things that are really good for you. For the longest time, doodling got a bad rap. We were told it meant we weren't paying attention in school, or that we were just wasting time. But neuroscience and psychology have finally caught up to what artists have always known. Letting your pen wander is an absolute powerhouse for your brain and emotional well-being. Just brings you back to the moment that you're in, and all your worries drift away. So when you start drawing repetitive patterns, like filling in the corners of a grid or adding a line work to a flower, your brain slips into a meditative state. Studies show that any form of creative art making significantly reduces cortisol. So regardless of your artistic skill level, it triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, taking you out of fight or flight and moving you into rest and digest. It also actually improves focus and memory. Have you ever doodled during a long phone call? I know I have. Or a boring meeting? That's your brain fighting to stay awake. A famous study published in Applied Cognitive Psychology found that doodlers recalled 29% more information on a surprise memory test than non-doodlers. Doodling consumes just enough cognitive energy to keep your mind from completely daydreaming, acting as an anchor for your attention. When you set out to paint a realistic portrait, your brain immediately starts judging. Is the eye straight? Are the colours right? This activates your fear and anxiety centre in your brain. Doodling has no predetermined outcome because there's no wrong answer. It bypasses that critical gatekeeper. This allows you to experience pure, unadulterated creative play, building artistic confidence without the pressure of perfection. Ever notice how your best ideas come to you in the shower? It's because you are doing low stakes, repetitive physical tasks. Your brain activates the default mode network while your conscious mind is busy drawing lines with a gel pen. Your subconscious is in the background sorting through complex emotions, processing memories, and making unexpected creative connections. Doodling isn't a distraction, it's a form of mental self-care. It balances the analytical, high-stress parts of our day with raw, soothing, rhythmic expression. So at the moment, this really doesn't look like much. It's when you actually peel away that tape that you can really get that sense of the 8 sections, and it peels away where you can see those little messy borders, and it looks really cute. So I'm just adding some dots here, some lines there, just filling out these last 2 little sections here and just going with the flow. Whatever pops into my mind, I'm going to get it down onto the page, outlining some of the images, mark making on top. If you put down a colour and you think to yourself, oh, I can't really see that, just grab another colour and put it over the top. It's no problem to do that. There's nothing to worry about here. So outlining and framing this section here and adding some little detail into those 4 little corners there. So once that's done, I've heated up the tape and we are just peeling it away. And as I said, this is where you get to see the lovely finished result. So each little square is like a tiny standalone universe of colour and doodle therapy, but together they make this incredible cohesive gallery piece. Hope you enjoyed that and thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.